Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I am going to be doing a quick review of Marvel's The Defenders. I finished it up last night, and I'm going to give you my quick thoughts, and this is going to be pretty quick. I have other things to do, I have studying to do, and for the next week I have a packed schedule, so you might actually not see the next episode of Daggerfall quite yet. Is this at an angle? Let's bring it at an angle. Whoa. Sorry, that bugged me. Okay, quick review of The Defenders. So, I did a review on Iron Fist. There's probably a card right here that says Iron Fist Season 1 TV review. That's my review of it. I thought Iron Fist was good, with a lot of problems. I normally give my quick rundown of my thoughts on the other Marvel Netflix shows. Daredevil is okay. I love Jessica Jones. I love Luke Cage. Not as much as Jessica Jones, but I still love Luke Cage. And Iron Fist was okay, obviously. So this is the big show we've all been waiting for. The crossover show that unites the four Defenders, and it's good. Not great, but it's good. Positives, really quickly. Jessica Jones, amazing. Luke Cage is pretty good. Honestly, the team itself is pretty good. I love the four characters. Matt Murdock can kind of be boring to me, honestly. Yeah, I know. It's a very unpopular opinion, but I think Matt Murdock can be kind of boring, but his interactions off of the other Defenders was amazing. I really liked him in this. I thought some of his storyline in the beginning was just kind of boring, how he's like, well, he's just not being Daredevil right now. It's like, well, who cares? Let's see Daredevil. Eventually, he's Daredevil again. He's dragged into this conflict with the Hand again, and it's good, and it's fun, and he is good in this. Even Iron Fist, who I thought I liked Iron Fist in his show, but I realized he wasn't great. He wasn't that much fun, like with Jessica or with Luke. But putting him with the other Defenders was good. He's really fun. In terms of villains, basically in this we have the Hand. They're straight up the villains this time around. And we have the 5 leaders of the Hand. There's a black guy whose name I don't remember, which he's not a memorable character, so I don't really care. There's a Japanese guy who's only memorable because he refuses to speak English. He's not that fun. Bakudo is back from Iron Fist. He's still really weird. I don't know if I went over that in my Iron Fist video, but he's very weird. He has a strange way of talking about things. Colleen, you can come back with the Hand. It's like, what is... I don't know. He's kind of like Vandal Savage from Legends of Tomorrow. He just has this very strange way of talking, and soon we will have what we desire. So whatever. Madame Gao is also one of the fingers of the Hand, which is very stupid. It's not like the heads of Hydra. It's like, that sounds cool. It's like the fingers of the Hand. It's like, come on. That sounds ridiculous. But Madame Gao in this, she is amazing. She's still incredibly threatening, even when she is kind of taking orders from the head honcho of the Hand. She's still very intimidating. She has this great fight scene in the last episode, in the finale. She has this great fight scene with the Defenders, and it's just amazing, and it's actually hilarious, like the fight that she is having. So, not going to go too much into that. But the head honcho of the Hand is Alexandra, played by Sigourney Weaver. She's pretty amazing, as Sigourney Weaver is. Just immediately, no matter what scene she's in, she just has this, like, she has a presence. There is a presence to her. You realize you don't want to screw with her, even though you're not exactly sure what would happen. because we don't really see her do much, honestly. Like, she doesn't, like, start fighting. It's not like in Iron Fist when Madame Gao, like, opens her hand and Iron Fist just goes flying. Like, we don't really get a moment of that with Alexandra, but she's just very, very intimidating, and there's a presence to her. There's also, there's almost like a kind heart in there. It's like, she is kind of nice, but I don't know, there's just a presence to her that a lot of these villains have captured in these Marvel Netflix shows, with the exception of Fisk. I know, unpopular opinion, but someday I'll have a whole video where I'm gonna just air out all my problems with Daredevil. But that's not today. We're still talking about the Defenders. There is a plan in... Okay, so Alexandra has a plan which involves a returning character who is not a great character, is not really given any great things to do, and is just kind of boring all around. I won't go too much into that, but it really lessens the show towards the end when you realize, like, what's happening, or when things start to go into motion. It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all, and it's not like in Iron Fist where it's like, well, it's Harold Meacham, it's a dude in a suit. It's like, no. It's nothing like that. It's nothing disappointing like that. It's just, well, okay, it's disappointing, but it's not horrible, and it's not, you know, but it could have been a lot better, is basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, other than that, there's not actually a whole lot I can say, because there's not a lot of, like, twists and turns in this show, actually. It's like, we basically have the four characters, and how they're each being, like, they're each, like, following the hand. Jessica is chasing down a client, Luke is trying to help a family in Harlem, Danny is just trying to fight the hand itself, and Matt is kind of just dragged into it, and again, at the beginning, his storyline is kind of boring, with the exception of, like, lawyer stuff, because that's always been, like, the best part of Daredevil, is whenever he's just a lawyer. It's like, that's the best part of Daredevil, honestly, to me, at least. I know everyone has their favorite parts, but yeah, it's interesting, because yeah, so they're all kind of chasing down the hand, then they all get together, and then they're just fighting the hand. And it's 8 episodes, it's not the normal 13, so we're not given a whole, like, big storyline of the four of them against the hand. I can't say it's rushed, but it's not very story intensive, I would say. You know, there's not a whole lot of lore on Kunlun. There's some lore in there, but it's not a ton like in Iron Fist. There's not a lot of detective work like in Jessica Jones, or I guess private investigation work. You know, there's not a lot of, like, I guess the soul of New York City like in Luke Cage. And there's not a lot of Matt Murdock being boring like in Daredevil. Or lawyering, I guess. I guess is the more opportune thing to say. There is a decent amount, again, in the beginning, of Matt being boring, but, okay, I'm beating a dead horse. But, well, I guess there's not a ton of Matt being Daredevil in this, which is interesting. So, yeah, overall, I'd say it's good. Do I wish there was a bit more of it? Yeah, especially because it's shorter. You would think that they would give it the whole 13-episode, you know, treatment, so that they can really expand the plot, instead of just having, well, here's their separate storylines, they come together, they fight the hand at the end. It's like, okay, well, let's keep going with this a little bit. Especially because, I don't know, it kind of seems like they defeated the hand, and it's like, well, these are the big bad guys that we've been building up for shows and shows, and suddenly they're just gone. And it's like, well, that kind of sucks. And especially because of the things they do towards the end. So, yeah, again, I guess not the shortest review I've ever done, but bit of a short review. That's kind of all I can talk about with the Defenders. Overall, it's good. It's not great. It could have been better, basically. So, yeah, end cards are going to pop up right about now. I suppose right over here, because I don't want to throw too much editing into this. You can click on those. You can follow 7th Hour Films on Twitter at 7th Hour Films. It's in the description in case you misspell the link. And yeah, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.